Home time, everyone! Home time from work. What a day, look at this. So this is a continuation from our last film, riding into work, riding home. But nothing exciting going on in this ride, just a ride home. ASAP, quickest route. It's warm, I think it's 22 degrees outside our sheds. Finally, some summer heat. No sign of the wee chooks. They'll be out in the sun, sheltering, I imagine, where it's cool in the shade. Anyway, the day's work done. So that's my old boss just passed us, Mrs. Lady Hamilton, to title her properly, Ellie. Whose family owned the estate up until it was broken up. So there wasn't supposed to be any wind today, but that windsock's showing otherwise. All the leaves are out now. So I'm always in two minds when I leave from work on which way I'm going to go home. There's never ever a set route, I kind of just decide once I'm coming down the road. So I decide not to go right because that road's busy. North Berwick's mobbed and there's all the traffic lights, so it'll be what is called Station Road. So it's quite funny that Durrelton had a railway station that was a mile away from it. Not sure what was going on, but apparently that railway line was to be extended and it never was, from Gullen onto Durrelton. So the Gullen line stopped at a dead end. But yeah, imagine, quickly nip in, that road's clear. Excellent. Yeah, if they'd never closed all the old railway lines that linked to the villages, and everybody could be commuting into Edinburgh by trains instead of cars, right? So there'd be less congestion. And they should have put electric trams in straight away after World War II and just electrified everything like Europe was. But we were stuck in the Stone Age with our steam engines. Even though we like steam engines, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it might have been a better solution all round. So you could be less cars, there'd be less greeting about fuel and all that rubbish. And you know my views on all this green policy. It's just all down to money. Profiteering by companies that so often politicians are shareholders of. But anyway, it's too nice a day to talk about that. Oh, it's just lovely. Summer gloves on. Just a long sleeve shirt underneath the jacket. Toasty warm. Brilliant. So that's the old station there. And if you get the train from North Bet, you'll see the platform behind that building, which is now a private dwelling. Hence why this is called Station Road. So, it's a bit different from 5 AM, isn't it? That was a Himalayan just past us. So back to talking about which bike, etc. A lot of folk did tell me I should buy a Himalayan because I like trail bikes. But we don't have green lanes in Scotland, or I would definitely own one. I wouldn't have even bought this, I'd just have one. What a day though. I've said that so many times already. My clock is always dirty, and if it's not dirty, there's my stud off. I've got water in it. Going no-handed, well dangerous. But so's getting a wasp up your sleeve, isn't it? I remember having that once and I got about 6 stings before I managed to stop and get my gloves pulled off, and I started clamping my jacket trying to crush it, and it kept stinging me. Oh, that was a horrible day. So it'll be a slow ride home because there's just going to be traffic today now. We do live in a beautiful county. Extortionate to buy a house in, and the petrol's probably the most expensive in Scotland, but apart from that, it is good. Better at 5 AM when there's no one else going about. I would say you've definitely got to be a morning person to get the most out of this county out and about. And I always say the sunrises are better than the sunsets. You can't beat a sunset on the northwest coast of Scotland, but here on the southeast coast, sunrises all the way straight out the North Sea. Just fantastic. Oh aye, the previous weekend motorbike racing was on. Remember I thought it was that weekend that I was out? Well, it was last weekend. That'd probably be the first meeting of the year, I think. I might actually go one day just to do some filming. Go if there's I think there might be a classic event at East Fortune. I'd go to that. More interesting for me anyway. That's good, he's going left. Means I get to have a bit of fun around these beautiful bends up here. So as I was saying this morning in your previous film that they're knocking this wee house down, it looks like. There used to be a windmill along that path, that's what that path was for. And it was marked on the Ordnance Survey map as well. I do love these bends. Just got to watch for other cars though. Wow, still not tarred it. So there's a garden full of cherry trees. Look at that, beautiful. You might remember me saying before, if you've got an open fire in your house, there's probably not a better smell than cherry wood burning. It smells amazing. It's lovely. So that garden centre's always hoaching. So all the silver surfers out, all the pensioners out, having their coffees. They love garden centres, don't they? Always look at that little red Suzuki Jimny every time I pass there. Still got a hankering for one of them. Now I wonder who has put a Jimny engine, gearbox and axles all complete into an old Willis Jeep. If you had the Willis Jeep you'd picked up that was absolute knackered, no engine etc. That's what you'd have to do, buy a Jimny and strip it. And then you'd put the wiring on and everything. It still wouldn't be a Willis Jeep though, if you know what I mean. It'd be a half a Willis Jeep. But for a daily driver it'd be cool. That's good timing, getting before this lorry. Nice old bike there outside the powder coaters. That's the first big bug of the year splatted on my visor. And another. It's quite nice that people actually like to see motorbikes nowadays. You were always scoured at by people like you were the son of Satan or something. It's maybe the way we drove them, I don't know. Another smile from someone. I suppose when they see this, they think it's a really old bike. So yeah, I'm definitely going to start collecting Royal Enfields. One a year for the next few years. Just to have to tinker with. And I've still not given up the idea of building a street scrambler, one of these. tide's out at John Muir Park. The amount of feedback I got on the junction in that film's been unbelievable. It had about 1,300 views in a day, that film. So when I came down here last night, I was behind the bus. And it got in because obviously the traffic lights, the cars are further back. But once all this is all away, all the cones and stuff, the bus will need to wait till there's no traffic coming up the hill towards it. And of course, somebody's going to come up in that, up the street there to that junction and not wait for the bus. And it's going to be a real hoo-ha. But more dangerous would be the bus sitting, someone not knowing, getting impatient and thinking the bus has stopped to let someone off for that, overtake, and the car will pull out like that camper is, bang, straight into it. Crikey. Rev it, man, rev it. So, yeah. It's a horrible thing to say, but watch this space. But aye, they've moved the white lines. So we've still lost even more road width with these double lines. Hilarious. Anyway, let them all get on with it, I say. So they're obviously putting a path up here now. Certainly a good day for spraying, isn't it? Not a breath of wind. So if you'd watched a film here about 3 weeks ago, there was no leaves out. Though in the last 3 weeks we've had next to no rain. Hardly anything. You can see that with a lot of stuff. It's greening up, but it's still looking a bit weary. Oh, he's going that way, right enough. I thought he'd have went wider to go round. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll get some films done today. I'll go back out this afternoon. Because as you can see, we got away at 12 o'clock. We've not had a breakfast though at work, so I'll have that when I go home. So I'll sign out and we'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye!